What's up YouTube, Jeff back again to another very exciting Samsung video for you guys. And today, I usually say a very exciting Samsung video, but today we have actually one of the most exciting videos I've done in quite a long time. We are unboxing the Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition. I very rarely do unboxings, but when it's a phone this important, you gotta do it. Before we get started, thank my 4-year-old son Jonathan. We got the whale hanging out back here. He gives us a cool toy to hang out in the videos with us. If you haven't yet, check out our website, sammyguru.com, covering the latest Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials. You can also get a free mystery box if you're buying Galaxy S25 device. The link will be in the pinned comment description if you guys want to check that out. So here it is, Z Fold Special Edition. I imported one from Korea. Of course, this is not available in the United States officially, and so there are also some of the bands are not going to work perfectly for 5G. I'll talk more about that in a bit. Here's a look at the box. You guys can see this front part's got a cutout, and then there's kind of like an embossed, texturized version of the Z Fold Special Edition right there. See if I can move it up and kind of show you guys the texture there in the studio lights. On the side here, you do have Z Fold Special Edition text on the side. On the back, you've got a list of what's in the box. Of course, it's in Korean, no surprise there. And as you can see, probably this is a lot thicker, the box. You guys can probably see from the profile, Samsung on the other side right there, you can see that. This is a lot thicker than the box that the Z Fold 6 and Z Flip and the Galaxy S24 Ultra came in earlier this year. This top part just slides off really nicely, and then I'll put that to the side. Like I said, you can see this is textured, so it's embossed there. It's got this little like streak there of black that's kind of also the wallpaper that is on there out of the box. Now I did take this out last night to play with it a bit, so I did already look at the phone, but we're kind of seeing the experience here of what I saw when I visually originally did this. And so that's what that looks like right there. And then if you open this top part, you've got some stuff in here. I did not take out whatever's in here yet, so we're gonna look ourselves and find out in just a second. Here's the phone itself. It does come with some plastic on the front and also on the cover display, but like I said, I took the plastic off last night. We will look at this more in a second. I already set it up and everything like that. There it is. It's absolutely a gorgeous piece of hardware, much nicer presentation than what you would see on like the Z Fold 6 and such like that. You pull this up there, you've got a little Samsung branding, and then down here is kind of the last thing, which I believe is a charger. I didn't take that out either. As far as I can tell, there's nothing else in there, but definitely a nicer unboxing experience. There's still not like crazy amount of stuff like there was in the original Z Fold, but there are some things here for us to take a look at. So let's see what's in here. I'm assuming this is indeed a charger, and it is. Of course, if you buy this and import it, if you are in the US or another country, you're probably gonna need one of those international adapters. It's super fast charge, of course, but it's got the Korean, charging adapter on it. Again, I'll move that to the side. Here's the insert that was there. Also, this is embossed as well with the same texture like you guys saw there on the front of the box. And yes, indeed, this is what I thought was in here. We do have a nice looking case. So look at that in a second. And then I suppose, is there no charging cable in here? There's no, oh, maybe it's in here. Charging cable must be right here as well inside of the case. So if you take this out, feels like the charging cable is in here. It's just kind of strangely, well, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be ripping that. There we go. There's a little insert right here that has the charging cable and some paperwork. And of course, as usual, you've got your SIM ejecting tool there as well. And that's pretty much what comes in a usual Samsung box. So that stuff's pretty standard. Here's what's actually pretty nice to have. And it would be nice if they would include this in the Z Fold 6. This looks like a leather. I can't really tell. Let me smell that real quick. Yeah, it smells like a leather. This is a leather case that comes in there with some Samsung branding. Usually they charge you like 70 bucks for this. Designed by Samsung. It's got the soft feel on the inside. And of course you got the front cover piece here. It has the little sticky pull tabs here. I hardly ever use foldable cases just because I find them to be annoying because you have to put this sticky stuff on the front, but that's what comes in the box. So you've got the case as well. So now let's take a look at the phone. I'm actually gonna go ahead and zoom the camera down a little bit so we can take a look at the phone a little closer. All right, so here is the Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition in all of its glory. Just take a quick look around the phone and point some things out. The back here is textured, as a lot of people have asked about this. It looked like it in the promo materials, and it is indeed a textured back. I don't know how easy it is to capture it on camera, but I'll try to get it from all different angles in the light there. I think you can kind of see the texture. You can see the camera module, quite a bit different than the Z Fold 6. And yes, I have a Z Fold 6. I'll slide in here for some quick comparisons in just a moment so you guys can see that as well. On the side here, pretty much the same setup with the fingerprint sensors in the power button, and of course you got the volume rocker. I will note that this particular fingerprint sensor here is a little more poking out from the phone. It's not as, you know, concave as the one on the Z Fold 6. So you can certainly feel this if you slide your finger along it. It's not recessed as much into the body of the phone. You do have the SIM tray on the top of this phone, whereas you have it on the side on the Z Fold 6. And of course, you can see here Samsung on the hinge. The hinge is much thinner. This phone is quite a bit thinner than the Z Fold 6. Let's go ahead and actually do a quick comparison. Here is the Z Fold 6. This is my craft black Z Fold 6. You guys can see these side by side. And then you can also see them here. I'll just set them on the table together. You can kind of see the difference in height. The special edition is taller than the Z Fold 6. It is, of course, also wider than the Z Fold 6. And as you guys saw, it's also thinner. Now you can see here on the back, the camera modules, pretty big substantial difference on the camera modules as well. Of course, you got that 200 megapixel shooter that's on the Z Fold Special Edition, which is basically what we also have on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And I'll bring in a size comparison to the S24 Ultra in just a second. Personally, I like the look and the textured back on the Z Fold Special Edition more than my craft black color. That could just be, you know, recency bias since I just got the phone, but I do like the way it looks a little bit better in that respect. It's also lighter. It feels a little bit lighter in the hand. Certainly the cover display is now a lot more usable. Let me see if I can, oh, of course, the fingerprint sensor when I'm behind the camera doesn't want to cooperate because you got all these different phones. Let's see if we can pull up something like Twitter or X. Here's the difference between the two phones and the content that you're going to see on the two phones. It's pretty substantial. I've been pretty impressed with the screen real estate on the Z Fold Special Edition, particularly if you're using the keyboard. The keyboard is just much, much larger, much more spacious. I find myself making a lot fewer typos on the Z Fold Special Edition. This feels like the keyboard and screen size that I really wanted on a foldable from Samsung for a very long time. So in terms of initial comparisons to the Z Fold 6, this thing seems better in every way. I'm gonna do a full comparison video with the camera shootout and all that kind of stuff. I've been taking camera samples with the Z Fold Special Edition, and it's been really impressive so far. But we'll let you guys decide once I actually get those camera samples of and make a video fully showing off the camera. But I would say in terms of the size, it's overall much better. It's a lot lighter. The hinge feels more solid. And then let me also show you really quickly, because I know a lot of people are gonna wanna see this. You've gotta look at the crease here on the inside. There is the crease on the Z Fold Special Edition right there. And then I'll slide that back. It's kind of hard to get both of them in the frame at the same time. But then here is the crease on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. And so you guys can see there, it's a much more substantial crease. It's probably hard to tell on video for sure which one has the most substantial crease, but definitely if you have these in hand, you can notice that the crease is a lot more substantial on the Z Fold 6 versus the Special Edition. You can definitely see that they reduced the crease quite a bit. So very, very impressed with the Z Fold Special Edition in terms of reduction of the crease, the thinness. The inner display is also larger, not just the cover display. So in here, you also get a lot more real estate to work with. It's a lot nicer to view media on here. The battery life, I mean, I've been using this thing like crazy, so I don't really want to say the battery life is poor. It hasn't been the best here on the very first day, but that's very typical. If you have a new phone, you're going to be using it a lot more. You're setting stuff up, you know, all that kind of stuff, watching movies, playing games. I've been trying to test it out. This is the stock wallpaper, by the way, that comes on the Z Fold Special Edition that you guys can see there. I have it on the front. And then also on the cover display, it's like a little movie. It's got a little shimmer, a little glimmer to the stock wallpaper. So I want to showcase that as well. Let's bring in the S24 Ultra, I suppose. And you can see, obviously, the S24 Ultra is still wider than the Z Fold Special Edition, but it's worth a quick comparison just so you can kind of see. It still holds its own though in terms of the width. So if you want a foldable, but you still want something that's very manageable to type on the go, the cover screen is definitely perfect in my opinion on the Z Fold Special Edition. I don't think it needs to be a whole lot wider because it still makes it manageable to fit in the pocket. It is, if you look at the side profile, still thicker than the S24 Ultra, but not by a lot. I mean, if you actually look at the side profile, it isn't thicker by a ton, and the weight really isn't a massive difference. I didn't actually look, I'm just be honest, I didn't look at the actual weights on the spec sheet, but just feeling them in the hand, the Z Fold Special Edition feels a little bit heavier, but not so much crazy heavier that, you know, it really bothers me or anything like that. You can see in terms of the height, S24 Ultra is still taller, just by a very, very, very small margin, but it is still taller. So, you know, taller, wider, we expect that. But if you want that wider cover display, wow, the Z Fold Special Edition is really something. Now, we know this is not going to officially come to the US. Everybody already knows this. Let me turn up the brightness a little bit more because I think a lot of people probably can't see the screen as well. This one, usually I turn the auto brightness off when I do videos, probably because this is the first unboxing I've done in a long time. I forgot to turn the auto brightness off. The screen is very bright. It's fantastic. I paid $3,000 to import this. I don't think anyone should do that. The LTE bands work on T-Mobile, but the 5G bands do not. On AT&T, I have an AT&T SIM. They don't really work at all. I have a Mint Mobile SIM. Mint Mobile, of course, uses T-Mobile, so it does work fine on Mint. Verizon doesn't work at all. So, you know, if you're in the US, this is not going to be your daily driver most likely because the speeds are not great on the LTE. It does get coverage most places for T-Mobile at least. So if you have T-Mobile or Mint or some other carrier that uses the T-Mobile service towers, then you might be okay. But you're not going to get 5G. You're not going to get all those bands, and you're not going to get support. You're not going to get warranty support. You can't use Samsung Wallet. So I tried to add my Samsung Wallet on here. You see, it's not working because it won't let you verify your identity. You can't use, you know, various services like that. So some of your day-to-day services, banking services, and then also like the lack of 5G bands, and also the lack of a warranty, make it kind of hard to recommend to import one. I know a lot of people will be tempted, but I wanted to bring you guys coverage. Sammy Guru, you know, that's what we try to do, bring you guys coverage of cool products, especially ones that come directly from Samsung. So I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do go over and check out our website. You can go to sammyguru.com. You guys can see I was testing out the speed earlier. And when you do go to sammyguru.com, you can sign up for our mystery box program if you're in the US. If you're going to order a Galaxy S25 device, put in your phone number, your email, or both. Get a free case, cleaning kit, desktop phone stand when you sign up. If you guys have any questions that I haven't covered yet, I'll be doing a bunch more written content over on sammyguru.com, as well as quite a few more videos. Camera comparison to the Z Fold 6, camera comparison to the S24 Ultra. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to see this basically be the form factor of the Galaxy Z Fold 7 next year. I think that'd be very exciting. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.